Birth of John the Baptist. The birth of John the Baptist is recounted in the Gospel of Luke in the New Testament of the Bible. According to the narrative, John the Baptist's birth was a miracle, as his parents Elizabeth and Zechariah were both elderly and had been unable to conceive a child. The story changes when the angel of the Lord, Angel Gabriel, appeared to Zechariah, who was a priest serving in the temple, and telling him that his wife Elizabeth would bear a son. Zechariah was initially skeptical and asked for a sign to confirm the angel's words. In response, Angel Gabriel told Zechariah that he would be struck dumb and unable to speak until the baby was born. Behold, Elizabeth became pregnant and have to spend the first 5 months in seclusion. Zechariah's speech was restored when Elizabeth gave birth, and he named his son John, as the angel had instructed him to do. The people who witnessed this miracle were filled with fear, and the news of what had happened spread throughout the region. Zechariah then spoke a prophetic blessing over his son, saying, "And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare the way for him." The story of the birth of John the Baptist is significant in the Christian tradition because John is believed to have been the prophet who prepared the way for Jesus Christ, the Son of God. John began his ministry in the wilderness, preaching a message of repentance and baptism for the forgiveness of sins. He called on people to turn away from their sins and to live a life of righteousness. John's message was so powerful that many people came to hear him, and many were baptized in the Jordan River. John was known for his strict ascetic lifestyle. He wore clothing made of camel hair and ate locusts and wild honey. He also had a fiery personality and always speak out against the religious leaders of his day, calling them a brood of vipers. However, his outspoken criticism of King Herod Antipas' marriage to his brother's wife, Herodias, ultimately led to his execution. According to the New Testament, Herodias held a grudge against John the Baptist for publicly condemning her marriage to Herod Antipas. She wanted him dead, but Herod Antipas initially protected John because he respected him as a holy man. But the deal day eventually came at a feast for Herod's birthday. Herodias' daughter, Salome, danced for Herod and his guests. Herod was so pleased with her dancing that he promised to give her anything she wanted, up to half of his kingdom. Salome asked her mother what she should request, and Herodias told her to ask for the head of John the Baptist on a platter. Herod was deeply grieved by this request, but because of his oath and the pressure from his guests, he ordered John to be executed and his head brought to Salome on platter. John the Baptist's death was a tragic event, but it also served as a reminder of the persecution that prophets and righteous people often face for speaking out against injustice and immorality.